This is my Spitcan Reminisce by me, Darrell Barnes. After reading The Jumping Frog by Samuel Clemens, it reminded me of a scene in my childhood, which I'll divulge in a moment, but first let's go back to the story by Samuel Clemens. In the Jumping Frog story, Clemens told about how a gambling addict who had trained a frog bet that his frog could jump the best, and so he went to get a contender frog for the victim he was betting against. An unwitting victim. While the conspirator was gone fetching the betting victim a frog, the victim filled the mouth of the champion frog with bird shot and made him so heavy that when the competition began, the champion frog lifted his shoulders but couldn't budge. The victim got the better of the scammer in the end and exited with a one bet against an unexpected loss by the champion jumping frog. I can remember as a child sitting in the carpeted living room of my mother's parents, Bud and Alta. Their modern home in town did not have a front porch for sitting, and so it was the fancy living room that became the community drop-off site for vegetables or a baked pie, accompanied by gossip. Grandpa Darbison, Bud, had a spittoon that sat to the right of his reclining chair. As neighbors would drop by to shoot the breeze, he would lift that spittoon and begin a spittin'. He and his friend, who might have been his brother, and perhaps Granny too, would chime in about that old boy who was running around on his wife, or the widder women that they picked up for church on Sunday. Most of the widder women were not even as old as they were, by the way. That was interesting. And then the drama began. One of us children running under feet while listening to the front porch talk in the carpeted living room would by design, it seemed, knock over his odd-shaped spittoon or coffee can, and for the next 5 minutes was spent mopping up the tobacco goo from the floor, which was quite the sight for us children. Each of us was glad it was not us that did the deed, but we were somehow internally satisfied when the act was completed. That old boy, Grandpa, was mopping up tobacco spit from the delicate carpet, trying not to curse, which I never saw him do.